Running a commercially successful thought leaders practice means that you're always putting ideas out into the world and then responding proactively to people's responses to them. And that second part often gets missed. If you keep at this, you'll start to see windows of opportunity, what we call woo moments, appearing in your week. And responding to these woo moments should be your highest priority commercial activity. A woo moment is when someone goes from reading stuff to talking to you, listening to stuff, watching stuff to reaching out to you. So the process starts when someone responds to an inspirational moment, which is typically a piece of work that you've generously put out into the world. Your marketing and positioning efforts do the job of inspiring people to connect with you. They may follow you, message you, comment on a platform, or download something from a website or a reference section. Sharing what you know generously with the world will create a positive buzz about your work. And it doesn't take a long time to get the buzz about you started. And handled well, it'll continue to grow over time, right? So this reputational capital is precious, and it's something to manage over the years of running a thought leaders practice. It's why, you refund troublesome people, you avoid lawsuits and conflicts, and you work super hard to be aligned with your work. You commit to your work and the work of your practice that goes way beyond each piece of work you do. See, a client cares about the piece of work you deliver. You care about that and the whole body of work. And many people suggest you're only as good as your last job or your last contact. In a practice, you do want to realize that each moment you deliver something to a client contributes to the global perception of you and your work. You don't dial in jobs, prepare poorly, or turn up shabby in any way. Running a practice is a high-performance, deeply accountable way of being. So the activities that help inspire people to connect include recording videos, posting them on social, creating and sharing white papers, posting blogs, sharing newsletters, being a guest on a podcast, producing your own podcast, speaking live at industry events, or do just any work that generates more work. And when you are commercially attractive, you're inspiring people, people will reach out. It would help enormously if you noticed when people connect. And many of us as thought leaders are so in our heads that we miss it when someone says, hey, and wants to say hello. So pay attention to a comment on social media, to a post, an email saying thanks for that newsletter, a text message saying I heard you did X the other day, or any moment where someone compliments you on something. It's always good manners to say thank you when someone compliments you, but it's good business to allow the gift of connection a chance to grow into something more. Use these openings, these woo moments, as a chance to advance your relationship. There are many ways to do this, and your style and personal preference matters. But here's a scenario that can sort of act as a guide. So let's conceive that someone says they liked your newsletter. You might respond with something that sort of upgrades the value offered. So thank you so much. I produced this video that goes into the topic in more detail. Here's a link to it if you're interested. Let me know if you have any thoughts after watching it. But then add one more call for response or call to action. Remember that your job is to advance the conversation and the relationship, not resolve a to-do list task. So you'd say something like, hey, I notice you're in banking. Did the Royal Commission shift your business landscape much? Essentially, you're trying to move from public comments on some, mega platform to private comments, from a public remark on LinkedIn to maybe a direct email message, from sparking an interest to meeting a need to demonstrating value and building an authentic connection. This is how we get our ideas out in the world. If you're interested in taking your ideas to the world and you'd like some help doing it, then definitely become part of the Thought Leaders Business School. If you already know about what we're doing and you'd like to have a chat, please just respond to this email. It is my email, and one of our team and myself will set up a time to chat, either with me or one of our enrollments team. Wishing you all the best as you get your ideas out into the world.